Hi, it's Denise with Ladybug Stampin here with another video tutorial for you guys today. And today we're going to continue our series on replacing our old top note die with the new celebration labels dies. Now I know in the other two I featured like 3D projects, bags, and today though I wanted to concentrate on just a card because that's what we do, right? We make cards. All of us card makers and stuff, and we do make 3D projects, but I kind of wanted to focus on this. So we're going to be using, again, we're going to be using the celebration die labels dies to replace the old top note. Okay, again, these are not the same but similar, so that's what we're going to be focused on. Okay, and then also we're going to be using the stamp set His Love. I just love this sentiment, you're a blessing in my life. And then this I don't know, is that wheat? I'm not sure. Could that be wheat? Sure. I'm gonna use it like that. And we're gonna be using, this is all, you guys, I have left of the Gilded Autumn Designer Series paper. And I thought, how could I use this and this together? Okay. I love the colors in here. We have Early Espresso, Cajun Craze, Macaron, and Crumb Cake, and then Very Vanilla. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 of these dies today and this. So let's go ahead and let's get started. First thing we're going to create is we're going to use our scraps, and we're going to use a piece of Very Vanilla and one of our adhesive sheets, and these are cut down to 4 3/4 by 3.5. So 4 3/4 by 3.5. And on the long side, we're going to attach our adhesive. Now, the adhesive sheet, you've got one that's kind of like a paper and one that's kind of more slick. And then do you see where these lines are cut? That's where you know that your adhesive is on this side. So you want to roll it like this with your fingers. I'm just picking this up and kind of rolling it. And my adhesive is on this side. And I do not want to touch it because it's very sticky. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the smaller piece because the way I cut it, it's got lines down the back of it to help remove it. So I'm going to line up this with my cardstock and roll it off. And then now you've already got a piece right here. You can just pull and roll. I think my grid paper was off. Okay, I'm going to roll this down, and I'm going to line this up. And we want to be very careful we line this up. It's not that hard, but you know, you just want to kind of make sure it lines up. You don't want it going wonky and going off. Okay, that's your second. Then you're going to roll this back. You can see some of that's trying to get stuck there. Just kind of go like that with your finger. You don't want to touch it too much. And then line this one up like so. Roll it off. All right, now you've got all your adhesives on there. You can rub this with your hands. All right, and take your pick tool with the paper piercer, and we're going to lift this off. So I'm just going to stick it underneath there and remove that paper backing. Now, normally you would use these on like your intricate dies. And this is good because you on those intricate, you don't have to worry about putting adhesive like little tiny blue dots and stuff like that. I love these sheets. I always forget to use them, of course. But this is a different way to use them, what we're fixing to do. Can you guys guess what I'm going to do with this? I mean, some of you might have guessed. Are you yelling at the screen? I get that quite a lot. Don't worry. Okay. And then I'm going to pick up this piece as well. Okay. All right, move that. Okay. Now, you can just take that right off. Take your pick tool. You probably get like a little snot ball. All right, now we're going to take these sheets, these little pieces, and I'm just going to start picking some, and I'm just going to lay these down. And we may have to trim a little bit, but I couldn't do that ahead of time because I don't know what I'm going to need. But I'm just going to use my scraps, and I'm going to line it up. I'm going to start this one in the corner over here. Okay, and make sure it's lined up as best I can, like so. That was probably off a little bit, but maybe we'll be able to get away with that one. All right, and then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to go down a little bit with this and come down here. Okay, because I don't want them I don't have to have them right next to each other. Then we're going to take this one, and we're going to go up here a little bit. So yes, we are kind of creating like a quilt pattern in a way. But at the same time, we're not. Let's see if I can. Is this going to lay like perfect if I lay this down? No, it's not. Okay, so I'm going to come back over here. Let's see. Do I want a green or do I want a white? Let's get one of these. And we're going to lay this completely on this side right here. We'll go ahead and go down this whole sheet right here. Now, if I had a smart girl, I'd have started with this end right here. But no, I had to make life difficult on myself. You know, because that's just how it goes in my life. Because I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. Oh, yep. Okay, let's see what's on the side, back side of this one. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's put this one up here. I love that right there. There we go. Okay, now we're back. Now we're back. So now we're going to take this one, and since I trimmed that to, what did I trim it to? 1/2 inch. We'll take that. Nope. That's the same as that one. Okay, we'll come back. I'm going to put this one right here. No, because it's the same pattern. Let's put this one next to this one. I'm going to line this up at the bottom. Let's make life easy on myself. You know what I mean? And then this one's going to go over here. I'm going to finish it off on this side with this piece because I really do like this. I'm not trying to make it that complicated, but at the same time, apparently I am. At the same time, apparently I am. Let's see what this is on this side. Okay, we'll end with this piece up here. And we need a little small piece for this, like this. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to attach this like so. And I'm going to pick this up and see if I can. I love these paper snips, y'all. It worked. Now, I'm just going to take a little tiny piece of, like seriously tiny. Let's see. Hold on a minute. Let me get it out before I start like hurting myself. Let's trim this. So you don't have to be exact. Just trim. Like this, because we're not going to be using that. You're not going to see that. Okay. Boom. So now we're going to take our dies, and we're going to use the first two. So the second and third one. So I like to number them. All right. Let me see what this looks like. We definitely need something up there. So just a little piece. Just a little tiny piece. Let's just use this right here. We'll put some macaron right there. So we're going to take this, and it will stick because there's, you know, there's adhesive there. And then I'm just going to turn this around, hold this because it is small, trim it like that, bam, boom. There we go. All right, let's move all this off. So now we also have a piece of Whisper White that is cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So for the larger die, we're going to put this on the very vanilla, and then on the smaller die, we're going to put it on here, okay? And I'm going to try to place it. Look, we're not even going to see that. But it's okay. I'm going to go down just a little bit. Now come up just a little bit so I can catch part of that right there. Like that. Okay, I'm going to take these and I'm going to run these through the Boss machine. That's what I call it, the Boss. And I'm also going to take a piece of Crumb Cake, and this is cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I'm going to run it through the subtle embossing folder. Okay, and I'm going to do it this way, I think, with the lines coming down, just to give it a little texture. So I'll run these all through, and I'll be right back. Ran that through the embossing. Don't you just love that folder? Just love that folder. And I've cut this out, and I've cut this out. Okay, so let's get rid of all of that. Now what we're going to do is, so now I don't have any adhesive sheet on the back. That was just to kind of hold this. So we're just going to take some of our Stampin' Seal and put it on the back of this Very Vanilla. And then we're going to attach it to our bigger piece. And I'm going to line this up. All right. Like so. And then I'm going to get this out. Now these pieces are cut at, what is this piece for? I have no idea. I don't know why it's in there. These are Mint Macaron, Crumb Cake, and Very Vanilla. Now, you guys know all measurements and supplies we listed down below if I haven't posted that already or said that. The mint macaron is cut at 1 by 3 3 1/4. The crumb cake is cut at 7/8 by 3 1/8. And the berry vanilla is cut at 3/4 by 3. Okay, and then we got a piece of berry vanilla for inside that we're gonna stamp. And this is our mat for inside. It's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Our mint macaron card base is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 and scored at 4 1/4. So we're gonna go ahead and put these all to the side for a second, and we're going to stamp on here. So we're going to get out our little wheat thing here. That's what I'm gonna go with. And you're a blessing in my life. For the sentiment, I'm going to use Cajun Craze because I wanted to bring some of that Cajun Craze in from there. So I'm just going to stamp up, you're a blessing in my life. Just like you guys are all a blessing. Whether you're a customer, just a viewer, a demonstrator, you guys are all welcome on this channel. I love having y'all come by. So you're a blessing to me. Okay. And I'm going to, please make sure this is inked up really well. I guess paper has two sides, right? And we're going to stamp this right in the middle. I take my time. I know. I'm so sorry. Oh, that turned out prettier than I thought. All right, and then we're going to take this and we're going to stamp it here. And I'm going to use, actually I'm going to use Crumb Cake. Okay. So I'm going to stamp this up in Crumb Cake. Let's make sure. I think I need to re-ink some of these. So I'm just making sure I've got plenty of ink. Well, that one's got plenty. Maybe I did already ink that one up. I need to make a list. And I'm going to stamp this kind of down here in the corner. Okay. And then I'm going to get out my mint macaron Stampin' Blends. And I'm just going to color these in just to give it a little color. So I'm going to start with the light one first. And I'm just going to, just to give it a little color. I'm not going to concentrate too much on blending it, making it look, you know, what do you call it? Like dark shadows and all that stuff. All right, I'm just going to, and then go back over with my blend. Make that a little bit darker. Okay, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to kind of highlight that wheat. Now, I know this wheat is brown or yellow or whatever color you want to call it, but we really didn't have that. We had some gold, and I almost embossed this with gold, which you can, but I was just trying to give it a little look inside. Okay. All right. Am I going to use some of the dark? Let me go back with a little bit of dark on these leaves a little bit. Make them a little bit darker than the wheat part. I wasn't for sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm good. I'm not going to blend. That's good. That's good. That's good, Denise. Step back. Step back from the card, Denise. All right, now we're going to, I'm not going to put a sentiment inside. I'm going to take this and we're going to layer this. All right, so we're going to layer this first. Oh, I did not want to do that. I wanted to do it on the edge, but it is what it is. I'm just going to put a little bit on each end because it will hold it, trust me. And we're going to do this one here. Like so. And we're going to take this. Sometimes I think it's good to leave your insides blank, you know, especially I could find another stamp set for sure and put in here. Maybe I will save it for later and do that. And sometimes I just like to leave it blank and put my own, like sometimes I'll put a Bible verse in there, you know, something like that. Okay. And because this is embossed, I'm just going to put a little bit on each corner. And then adhere this very carefully. I've got these 3 different ribbons. Okay. Now, you guys, seriously, I have not made this card because this was a last minute. And I think what I'm going to do is just take and just kind of wind some around like this. I didn't know for sure what I was going to do. So I'm just going to take some adhesive and put on each end. So I can, this will hold. Put a little piece back here. Make sure it's on there. And I'm just going to wrap it around like so. Okay, be careful with that because that's going to try to fall down because, you know, of the round pieces. And okay, just like so. So So we're not even going to use that. I'm just going to use this. And now this cording is from, I'm going to pull that taunt a little bit, is from the Wonder of the Season. I always write on those dual packs like that, so I don't forget, because sometimes they're not named. All right, and if you want to hold, because this is a little bit, because of the round edges, just get a little bit of masking tape, and you can put it on the back like that, and that'll hold it in place, okay? Good to do. Nobody will ever know that you did that. Now we're going to take some of our dimensionals. Okay, so we're going to lay this. Oh, see, that came up. See how that comes up? That wants to roll. Before you adhere this, please, please make sure that that's not rolling like that. I guess you could leave it like that, but I really don't want to. Okay, I had to put a little bit more tape on there, but now we're going to put this right in the middle. Center it. See how that textured embossing folder just gives it a little bit more texture on the back, and it's just not plain. And I mean, I know you can't see the whole thing, but you see these around here, and so it just gives it a little bit of texture. All right, and then we're going to have to use dimensionals on this as well because of the cording. Before I take the backing off, I'm just going to make sure it's going around the cord. Now, you could put it like this if you wanted to. You could even put it above it if you wanted to. Maybe put a knot right there. You know, take some more cording and put a knot. But I think I'm going to take mine and kind of go like this off of here a little bit. So you just see a little bit of that coming off and a little bit of that on here. Why does it doesn't always have to be like this? It may look funky, but it's my funky. Right? It's mine. So yeah, that turned out okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so again, we're using the Celebration dies as a replacement for the top note. And, you know, you can create bags and you can create all kinds of different things with those Celebration dies that will replace the top note. If you see that, you don't have it, you can definitely do that. Or just use these dies. I mean, these dies are perfect on their own, guys. Even if you have the top note, I still like the look of this, of these label dies, so they work perfect. Just for any card, that thing's going to pop up. So, all right, I'll be fiddling with that forever. Just stop, Denise. Just stop. All right, you guys, I hope that you guys like the series this week on the bags and this card. I like this card, how it turned out, actually. That's me, you know, simple. All right, guys, you guys are a blessing. Don't forget, all measurements and supplies were listed down below. And thank you for stopping by. All right, you guys are wonderful. I'll talk to you later. Bye. I'm babbling. Bye, guys.